Am I the asshole for telling my boyfriend I won't bail him out if he gets arrested? My boyfriend, 42, backed into a car in September. He didn't have insurance. He called me to ask for $500 to pay the kid off so the cops wouldn't get called. I told him I didn't have the money. Meanwhile, someone else who witnessed it called the cops. Cops came, told him his license would be suspended, wrote him a ticket. His license was supposed to be suspended December-March. This was fine because we were going to Germany during this time. He just got back to the States and found out that his suspension was moved to May and won't be finished until July. He is staying with his uncle in the States and his uncle gave him the keys to a truck to drive. Boyfriend didn't tell anyone his license was suspended. I told boyfriend his license was suspended so if he gets pulled over he will get arrested and the uncle's truck will be impounded and I'm not paying for any of it so don't ask me. Now boyfriend is mad at me saying good to know I don't have his back. He is also angry that I flat out told him I'm not paying for anything that comes of him driving on a suspended license because I'm assuming he's going to ask me for money. I bought him a $200 speaker before he left which he paid me back for immediately. He asked me why am I willing to lend him $200 for a speaker but not lend him money for an impounded vehicle. He has money saved up but is currently not working due to just arriving back in the States. My boyfriend, 42, backed into a car in September. He didn't have insurance. Not the asshole. This man is in his 40s and had his license suspended because he didn't have insurance? Then proceeds to not tell anyone his license is suspended? I'd almost expect this entitled attitude from a younger person who didn't know any better but not someone his age. I noticed you left off your age in the post. If he's significantly older than you and this is the attitude he has, it may be worth examining your relationship to this man. Edit. Warn his uncle your BF's license is suspended. Not the asshole. At 42 he's way too old to be acting this irresponsible. You must have better options than this guy. NTA. I've got one just like him, but 6 years older. He was the biggest mistake I ever made and my life is miserable because the "you don't have my back" guilt trip bullshit worked on me. Run away, fast. Edit. Removed repeated word. OMG. Run. Run away as fast as you can. This behavior will only get worse. Not the asshole. And please inform the uncle. Not the asshole. Play stupid games. Win stupid prizes. If your boyfriend is stupid enough to drive around with no insurance and a suspended license, then he is responsible for sorting out his own mistakes. Why should he expect anyone else to bail him out? It's juvenile and reeks of entitlement. That's to say nothing of the physical risk he poses to other drivers. Not the asshole. Seriously. You don't have his back? You are not responsible for his stupidity, he is. You did have his back by asking him to be responsible. I shouldn't judge you for this. But that guy doesn't sound like a 42-yo guy. Stop dating kids like him. I don't mean to be rude. If this is the only red flag, I think you guys can sort it out. I am neither trying to make your decisions for you. And #X200B. Edit. Wow. So many upvotes. Thanks a lot fellow Redditors. Not the asshole. You've got a 42-year-old child as a boyfriend. Seriously. Driving without insurance strike 1. Driving with a suspended license strike 2. Guilt tripping you for not having his back, strike 3. Am I the asshole for refusing to buy my girlfriend any more diet soda because she won't get a job? I, 26 male, have been with my girlfriend, 27 female, for over 3 years, and we've been living together for almost 2 years of that time. Not long after she left her job. This was before COVID, so it had nothing to do with that. She just couldn't deal with her boss anymore. I supported her leaving the job because her boss really was mistreating her. I do okay financially, but I'm not making a ton of money in my career yet. But I thought she'd hit the pavement right away and start looking for something else. Well, that didn't happen. For the first few days she just hung around the apartment. After those few days I asked her if she was going to start looking for something else. She answered, "Really? I just quit my job. Can you just give me a week or two to catch my breath?" After that, whenever I asked, she began to cite anxiety and depression as the reason she couldn't look for or take a job. While I've tried to be supportive and understanding, it's been hard as we've more or less lived paycheck to paycheck, while I've often felt anxious and depressed myself but having had no choice but to go to work. Once COVID hit, she tried to get relief but was denied because she'd already been out of work too long and her unemployment had nothing to do with the pandemic. She then began to use COVID as an excuse why she couldn't work. This brings us to a few days ago. I went to do some grocery shopping and my girlfriend asked me to pick up a case of Diet Dr. Pepper for her. She is addicted to the stuff. To her credit, she doesn't drink or smoke or eat much junk food at all. Diet Dr. Pepper is basically her only vice. But she'll easily drink 6-7 cans of it in a day. Anyway, I refused to buy it for her. I told her on the way out the door, "Nope, that's a luxury item. I'm not paying for that." Long story short, when I got home without the DDP, we got into a huge argument. She accused me of financially controlling her. I told her that from now on I would only provide for her completely basic needs, but that if she wanted any treats beyond that she'd need to get a job and pay for them herself. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole, she's taking advantage of you. She's probably hoping you'll take care of her and maybe your kids forever. You do not want to be in a relationship with a lazy person. If she is actually depressed, then she needs professional help. Not the asshole. Lol, financially controlling her is such garbage. Job searching sucks, but it sounds like she's done absolutely nothing to try. She needs to get a job and stop mooching if she wants to be financially independent. Not the asshole, you are paying all the bills? Damn, I would kick her out and let her live in the real world. Not the asshole. You're doing more than enough by providing for her needs. You're living paycheck to paycheck, and that means cutting unnecessary spending. She can cite anxiety and depression all she wants, but she needs to stop using them as a crutch if she actually wants to overcome them. Not the asshole. If she had been unemployed only a few weeks or she had been earnestly looking, withholding treats just because you are temporarily paying the bills would be cruel, but as things stand, nope, sounds like she's just mooching. Is she bringing anything to the relationship? I know you said you're taking care of her financially pretty much, but is she contributing in other ways, like maybe chores and things? Also, how many months has she been out of work exactly? NTA. She wants to live off of you. Do not have kids with her. She will trap you. That is her plan. I've seen this before. I know the pandemic job search is hard, but it sounds like she doesn't try to find anything. Not the asshole, she can buy her own fizzy barbecue water. Am I the asshole for not wanting my maid of honor's boyfriend at my wedding? Am I the asshole for not wanting my maid of honor's boyfriend to see me get married? TW. Miscarriage. Myself and my maid of honor have been best friends for around 6 years. She got into a relationship with her boyfriend about 3 years ago. He doesn't like me, because every time they argue she comes to me and she stays with me and my fiancé. Around 3 years ago I had a party for my birthday. My best friend had just gotten with her boyfriend 10 days previous, and insisted that I invited him. I told her she could bring him. When they came, they both sat in the corner for the entire night and didn't speak to anyone else, didn't dance, and didn't even wish me a happy birthday. 2 years ago my best friend found out she was pregnant, and he didn't want anything to do with it. He told her he was leaving if she carried on with the pregnancy. So I stepped up and helped her. I went to every doctor's appointment, paid for all her pregnancy vitamins, and bought her new clothes to fit her changing body. Through the stress of everything with her boyfriend, she miscarried, and she had to be rushed to hospital. I was by her side through everything, stayed at the hospital with her and bought everything she needed. When she woke from surgery, she thanked me for everything I'd done, and her boyfriend got angry. He said that I didn't do anything for her and that I was a shit friend. I let it go because I thought he was just angry and upset about everything that had happened. But even now he still tries to stop her from seeing me, and whenever she is with me he is constantly messaging her, so we can't spend any time together, just us. We have spoken about his dislike for me and she said that she wished things were different, but he is stuck in his opinion of me and there's nothing I can do to change it. I have expressed to my maid of honor that I don't want her boyfriend at my wedding because I feel like something would happen to ruin my day, especially after seeing how they reacted on my birthday. Why would I want someone who doesn't like me to be there on my most special day? She doesn't understand why I don't want him there and has told me she's not coming to my wedding unless he's invited. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole, and she needs to wake up a bit. This relationship sounds extremely toxic. I wouldn't want him there in your shoes, either. Why risk someone who hates you being at your wedding? Not the asshole, but I'm very concerned for your friend. My guess is she is trapped in an abusive relationship from the way he's trying to cut off her support and isolating her from her friends. Not the asshole, and I don't understand how some people can look past how their significant others treat other people. Why would anyone want to be with someone who treats anyone, let alone someone they love, the way he treats you? Don't invite him. You shouldn't have to worry about being disrespected on any day, let alone one that's meant to be celebrating your happiness. If she doesn't want to come, that's fine, but she needs to let you know now so you can choose another maid of honor. Honestly, I'd just go ahead and start finding a backup in case she pulls some kind of stunt closer to the day to get you to cave. Not the asshole. I don't think she should come either, since she will most likely throw tantrum for you not inviting that man. It's your wedding, so you get to decide who can be there. Your friend needs to grow up. Not the asshole. Your friend sounds like she's in an abusive relationship. Don't allow that man anywhere near you, and make sure you do everything you can to protect and help your friend. Even if she doesn't accept your offers, try and have her back in other ways. Not the asshole. It's your wedding, and you should not have such a toxic person at your wedding. Stand your ground, and let your maid of honor decide whether or not she can attend. I am very worried for your friend, though. Maybe take this as a chance to have a serious sit-down with your friend and express your very serious concerns with her relationship. Explaining why her boyfriend is not welcome at your wedding can be a starting point for discussing why her boyfriend should not be welcome in her life. Not the asshole. I think your friend needs help, but she may not be feel able to take it. Am I the asshole for not wanting my maid of honor's boyfriend to see me get married? Not the asshole for this. But honestly, this was a bad idea to make her your mo with this background. And after this, she doesn't understand why I don't want him there and has told me she's not coming to my wedding unless he's invited. You have only one option, to look for other mo. Sorry, but even if she agrees, the boyfriend can surprisingly come. Reddit is full of stories about uninvited persons at the wedding. And even if not, you cannot exclude that she makes something cruel or weird about it. She stays willingly in a toxic and insane relationship. If you want help her, your wedding day is not the best time for it. Am I the asshole for stealing my daughter from my mother? I, 28F, gave birth to my daughter Alyssa when I was 17. My mom and I have always had a difficult relationship, and not long after I gave birth, she kicked me out and I went to live with my aunt while she raised Alyssa. I went to college in another state after, and though I've seen Alyssa some since then, my relationship with my mom prevented me from being there for her. Since I graduated, I've managed to start a pretty successful business, and my fiancé and I are currently in the process of purchasing our first home. I'm ready to be a mom now, and I really want to support my daughter. I had originally contacted my mother and told her that I was ready for Alyssa to come live with me, but she said no. Because of this, I've decided to file for full custody of her. I'm fairly well established financially, and my mother has had some trouble managing her money since Alyssa was born, so my lawyer is pretty confident that I'll get at least primary custody. When I told my mother about it, she was extremely upset and told me I was a complete asshole for trying to take away her kid, and that I had never wanted to be around Alyssa before. This is just not true. I've visited over the years and tried to send my mother support, but she's never wanted me there. I told her that this wouldn't be happening if she hadn't tried to keep Alyssa away from me all these years. I've talked to my aunt and my older sister about this, and they both think that I should let my mother keep Alyssa. I truly think she'll be better off with me. Am I the asshole? You are the asshole. Not once did you mention what Alyssa wanted or preferred. Also feel like we aren't getting the full story, because why is your mom trying to keep you away? Why did she kick you out? There's so much missing here. No matter what, you need to ask Alyssa what she wants. That's all that matters here. You don't get to just decide you're ready to be a parent and have a person whose life you haven't been in for over a decade all of a sudden be your child. You are the asshole for this. I'm ready to be a mom now. That's now how it works. You know why you are fairly well established financially, and your mom has had trouble managing her money since Alyssa was born? Because she has been raising your child. Don't rip this child away from her grandmother. If by some miracle the court grants you custody, you need to set up a schedule where she slowly transitions to your home. You are the asshole. Stop thinking about what you want and start thinking about what's best for the kid. All of a sudden you're ready to be a parent? You were a parent as soon as you gave birth, but you decided to abdicate your responsibility and had your mom take over. Your mom raised Alyssa for 11 years, which makes her Alyssa's mom, not you. And it's pretty crappy of you to use your mom's finances against her. Of course she doesn't have much money, she's spending it all raising the kid you gave birth to. There's a right way and a wrong way to reintroduce yourself into Alyssa's life. And you're doing it the wrong way. Info. What does Alyssa want? You are the asshole. This is all about you. You aren't ready to be a mom at all. You are the asshole. Just because you had a rough start is no reason to do the same to an innocent child. You are the asshole. This isn't about you. This is about what's best for Alyssa, something that you barely even mention aside from a brief reference to money. You are the asshole. Wow. Screw everyone else because you can finally be bothered to attempt to be a parent. Your mother has had trouble managing money since Alyssa was born? You're beating her with that stick? She's struggled financially, raising the daughter you gave up, whilst you doing well, and rather than offer help you use it as an advantage in taking custody of her daughter. You are beneath contempt.